Okay, how do you feel about students that don't have access to clothing on campus?
Vanessa, I think that it's a sad reality of our community that we have a good number of families who struggle to make ends meet. Uh, and it's evidenced in a lot of ways. We have quite a number of kids who qualify for free lunch. We have actually a significant number of kids who would qualify as being homeless. 200, I'm going to turn that down. 249 at last count, and that's just those that we know about. So the father in me, the husband in me, and the assistant principal in me all, really my heart goes out and thinks, every kid should have access to basic needs, which includes food, shelter, and clothing.
Yes.
When we have kids that don't have those things, I'm really proud of our school for stepping up and being able to provide some unique events where we were able to clothe kids, and I was touched when Ms. Lowe put that together, and we had about 250 kids lined up outside 208. But I know that's just a drop in the bucket.
Yes. What do you think is actually keeping the students from getting the new clothing or clean clothing, for that matter?
And you talked about clean clothing there, and I think that, when you asked what's keeping kids from getting clothing or having access to new or clean clothing, I think it goes mostly down to the financial circumstances of a lot of our families. That clothes are expensive.
Yes.
I mean, they just are. You can go out and spend $70 on a tie if that's what you're going to wear. It's expensive. So, I think there's some societal challenges that are bigger than we could address as a school. And again, I think it's really fortunate that we're able to come together with donations because people care and we're able to help each other out.
Yes.
People forget that your high school is the hub of a community, and the fact that we have so many people who recognize that really, and who want to support the members in the community, especially our kids. You guys are young men and young ladies, but really you're still kids.
Yeah.
I'm a lot older, so the fact that people want to support our community and our kids is a great thing. So you talk about clean clothes, and I think that's another challenge. Ultimately, it comes down a lot to the financial resources. When I mentioned McKinney-Vento, do you know what that is?
No.
So McKinney-Vento is actually this law that allows us in California and the U.S. to give support to families that qualify as homeless.
Okay.
And people qualify as homeless for a lot of reasons. We have a lot of families that maybe just rent out a single room in a home. So that I can think of one off the top of my head. There's a 2-bedroom apartment and there's about 14 people living in it. So you have people, a whole family of 6 living in one room, a family I think of 4 living in another room, and the rest of the people in the living room and spread about. That actually qualifies for McKinney-Vento aid. It's not homeless like you're on the streets, but it's homeless under the law because, we can think about that, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
And we have, there are a lot of people walking on our campus in those circumstances. Some we know and some we don't. And you think about, okay, if that's how I'm living, being able to go and access a washing machine and dryer, maybe you have access to that, maybe you don't. But last I looked, the coin-operated washing machine's like $2.
Yeah.
If you're living in that circumstance, $2 is a lot of money. That's food, especially for kids or for the family. That's gas for a car so dad or mom can get to work if that's how they're going, or the bus fare, whatever it might be. So I think ultimately the simple answer to your question is it's the financial challenges that many of our families face.
Yes. What would you like to be done or hope to be done to potentially solve this problem or help aid this problem?
If the real problem